Hey guys, it's me Damien, and I'm sorry for making this video late. It was my brother's birthday yesterday, and I couldn't really find the time after work, so I'm gonna see how I can maybe make these videos a little earlier depending on my schedule. It's not fixed, unfortunately, but yeah, I'm so sorry. Anyways, stop backtracking. The topic this week is trans representation in media, and I have a lot to talk about this because I just recently had a drama that kind of ties into this sort of, but I'm not really gonna name anybody because I'm not one for drama, and I don't want the fanboys and the fangirls to really come after me or anything because of what my opinion of what I've experienced. But just know it's someone that's on YouTube and kind of portrays himself as one thing, but then it all of a sudden becomes another thing. So yeah. As far as trans representation in media, I feel like we still have a long way to go, at least for us FTM folk, because I feel like we're grabbing at straws and just looking up to anybody who's willing to be out there. And that's not necessarily a good thing because some of these people kind of just tend to make a profit out of like such popularity and hype over these people that are trying to get themselves out there, but also at the cost of making a buck out of these people. And also they tend to together in like a circle jerk and basically trying to help each other, scratch each other's backs, and try to make a more even a bigger profit by marketing each of these famous people and giving a product. So that's basically how I viewed it. I used to look up to these kind of people, but now it's like, why am I gonna look up to these people when all they're really doing is kind of making a buck while only like getting a deductible out of under the impression of helping others. So I feel like we have a long way to go, and I feel like we shouldn't be settling for less just because only a few people are willing to be out there. And I feel like we need like more diversity, like with trans women, Laverne Cox, Carmen Carrera, Julian Serrano, Janet Locke. There's like a diverse cultures here, while in FTM community, it's basically conventionally attractive Caucasian masculine men who don't realize their privilege. As a trans person of color, even though I don't really look like it, because now that I changed my last name to something that sounds more or less American and having my skin color, I tend to look more or less white, maybe look like I have a little tan at best, but I'm still a trans person of color and I'm not afraid to tell that to people. So I feel like we still have a very long way to go, and that the ways that we're trying to like bring visibility to us isn't the best way to go about it, because now people, I'm sure, are under the impression that all trans people are attractive masculine men that are heterosexual. Well, that doesn't really encompass all narratives and all this, especially when the narrative that people tend to assume is like, oh, so you've known since you were born and all that. It's just very impractical. It's very problematic, and it's just we're our own worst enemy, and that tends to show, especially in the community, when we fight against one another, like who's trans enough, and some people don't want to be out there, so they tend to complain while not really doing anything to change it, and that's just not good. I mean, if you want to be self, then okay, and you basically just have to take what you can get. That's probably not a very popular opinion, but that's all really I've got. So we do have a long way to go, and I wish I could see like more diversity of who's out there instead of just seeing these Caucasian, conventionally attractive people and basically a group of people that basically circle jerks each other and basically markets themselves, because when they market each other, they tend to they tend to profit both of them, and they're barely not gonna, and they tend to like just know themselves within this little group. And I'm sure you've seen that group of special snowflakes. I don't have to name names. I'm sure you've noticed, and if you haven't, well, I'll leave that to you to figure out. There's only like so many FTMs I could possibly be talking about. So, yeah, I think that's all I have to really say on the subject. I mean, I don't really have a lot of time. I have to go to work in like 20 minutes, and I'm really sorry. But that's basically all I want to say without sounding like a bit offensive and kind of invalidating these people, what they've done for us, even though it's not really like what I would call helping the community, because it kind of gives them a negative connotation to it, that we're conventionally attractive people that known since we were kids, and well, that's not necessarily the case. So yeah, I hope that might be, hope this is something to take with you when you go to sleep, or when you're thinking of these role models. You should think twice about who you're really dealing with. So yeah, peace.